In the quiet valley of Aldenreach, the nights always glowed faintly orange, not from fire, but from memory. Legends said a phoenix once lived there, its wings bright enough to turn the sky to gold. Every child grew up hearing that story, but only John kept believing. John often stood at the edge of the forest, whispering to himself about the sky.
If the phoenix once flew there, maybe it still can.
His mother would smile, brushing dust from his hair. Dreams are fine, John, but don't forget to live here, on the ground. But John wasn't born for the ground. He was born for the sky. It began on an autumn morning when the mist was thick and golden leaves drifted like sleeping sparks. John was exploring deeper than ever, chasing a strange sound, a hum, soft and pulsing. As he followed it, he found something impossible, a feather. It shimmered faintly, not gold, not fire, but something between ember light. When John touched it, warmth flooded through his fingertips, traveling to his heart like a tiny flame waking up.
What are you?
He whispered. The feather pulsed once, as if it understood. That night, John dreamed of wings, of fire that did not burn, of a voice that called his name from the clouds. John kept the feather hidden beneath his pillow, and it began glowing brighter each night. Sometimes it whispered, not in words but in feelings. Warmth, courage, a pull towards something greater beckoned him away from the familiar. Then one evening, as he watched the sunset fade behind the mountains, he heard a real voice, a whisper carried on the wind. "Find the Emberstone, child of flame." Who said that? John froze, but only the forest answered. He ran home, heart thundering, but his house was dark. His mother was gone. Only the sound of crackling filled the silence. The village had been attacked by the shadow-born, black mist creatures that devoured light. A sudden wave of heat pushed the suffocating blackness back, revealing a figure of pure intensity. She was the Flamekeeper. Her eyes burned with the memory of Solara. She found John hiding by the cold ashes of his hearth. "You carry the ember," she stated, pointing at the feather he held. The same creatures that, long ago, had hunted the phoenix to extinction. And in that moment, John realized the truth. The phoenix's fire wasn't gone. It had chosen him. John fled into the woods, guided by the glowing feather. It led him to an ancient ruin carved into the mountainside, a temple half swallowed by time. Inside, torches lit themselves as he stepped through. She led him away from the ruins, deep into the mountain's heart, toward a chamber carved by ancient fire. There it rested, the Emberstone, dark and inert, awaiting its true master.
Place your hand upon it, John. Release the fire you hide.
But the darkness surged back, the shadow-born clawing at the cave entrance, demanding their prey. And there, in the center, floated a woman of fire.
You carry what was lost. You hold the last ember of Solara, the phoenix of dawn.
Why me? John trembled. Because you believe, even when the world forgets. She extended her hand. Awaken the Emberstone, the heart of Solara. But first you must find your own. The temple shook. Shadows clawed through the cracks, whispering and screaming. Seeing the stone crack, seeing his guardian threatened, John understood. The power was never in the stone. It was always in him. The true ember, waiting for courage to fan the flame. Wings of pure fire burst from his back, searing the darkness and pushing the shadow-born back into the void. The legend was not about Solara returning. It was about John finally rising. The shadow-born had found them. "Run, boy!" Light must learn to burn on its own. She struck her staff against the ground. An explosion of flame threw John backward, out into the cold forest. When he opened his eyes, the temple was gone. Nothing but smoke and ash, but the feather still burned in his hand, brighter than ever. Days turned into nights. John journeyed alone, through forests and mountains, over rivers that shimmered like mirrors. The feather grew heavier, transforming slowly into a pendant of molten glass, the Emberstone. Everywhere he went, the Shadowborn followed, consuming villages, dimming stars, swallowing hope. John began to doubt himself. The fire within him flickered.
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'm no hero.
And then, one night under the storm, the Emberstone cracked. The light inside dimmed. John fell to his knees in the rain, sobbing.
I tried. I really tried.
From the darkness, a faint glow appeared, a memory like a dream. His mother's voice, "Dreams are fine, John, but don't forget to live here, on the ground." He looked down and realized the fire wasn't in the stone. It was in him. The stone had only mirrored it all along. As the Shadowborn rose like a storm, John stood tall. The Emberstone shattered completely, and from its shards, wings of fire burst from his back. They weren't phoenix wings. They were his own, built from courage, memory, and light. The wind roared. Fire danced. The storm froze in midair. John took flight, the first human ever to touch the sky with living flame. Each beat of his wings pushed back the shadows, igniting the world below. Villages lit again. The cold receded. The mountains blazed like sunrise. The Shadowborn screamed, dissolving into dust. The darkness fell, and from the ashes the phoenix returned, not as a creature of legend, but as the fire in every heart that dares to believe. Years later, travelers spoke of a boy with burning wings who lit the night sky whenever hope was lost. They called him many names: the Fire Child, the Sky's Son, the Last Ember. But John, he was just a boy who once believed a story was real, and in doing so, made it so. The wings of Ember are not born from magic, but from courage, and courage, once kindled, never truly dies.